What is up, core addicts? Welcome back to the series where I customize and review past DLC and OG vehicles if I got the chance to, because I didn't start making car customization videos till about late 2015. As always, guys, let me know in the comments what car from late 2015 and older you want to see me customize next that I haven't done yet, and I'll display the most liked vehicle suggestion comment in my next customization video. So in today's video, we're going to be customizing the Dewbauchee Massacro Racecar. Now, I did customize the regular Massacro about a year and a half ago. However, a lot of you guys wanted me to review the race car variant as well. So the race car variant of this car released in December of 2014 with the Festive surprise update. It can be found on the Summer San Andreas website for $385,000, which is actually a pretty decent price for this car. Now, it is about $110,000 more than the regular Massacro, and unlike the Jester race car, which has a pretty significant performance difference compared to the regular one, the Massacro and its race car variant actually have almost identical performance, with the main difference being ever so slightly better handling, but the rest of the car remains pretty much unchanged in terms of performance. Now, in terms of track performance compared to other sports cars in 2023, even with its little bit of bump and handling, which is very slight, I mean, the car pretty much performs identically to the other one. Only top racers really notice that handling difference, but the car sits around 25th place for most tracks, which honestly is very impressive for a car this old. Now, at the time, this car, the Jester race car, the Feltzer, and the Elegy RH8 were extremely dominant in the sports class, but obviously a lot has changed over the years with cars like the Pariah and the Itali GTO, which literally have the performance of pretty much supercars. But anyways, in terms of what the Massacro race car is based on, it's primarily based on the second generation Aston Martin Vanquish, absolutely gorgeous car from 2012. It also takes a little bit of inspiration from some other cars as well. But the one in GTA, the Massacro, I think actually looks really good for being such an older DLC car, especially the headlights, probably one of my favorite features in terms of the design of the car. But anyways, let's go ahead and check out the customization of the Massacro. Alright, Massacro race car, let's do it. Okay, armor, brakes, all the usual stuff here. And for those of you who don't know, the regular Massacro and the race car variant pretty much share the same visual customization. They have the same identical parts available. The only difference really is the livery of the stock wheels. When the livery is forced, by the way, for those of you who don't know. And for those of you who saw my original Massacro build, that was more of like a nice street build. Obviously, we have the racing livery on this car, right? So I'm going to go ahead and do like a full-on race build. So let's do carbon race splitter. But let me go ahead and just show all the options here. So you got the carbon splitter, this splitter, and then the carbon race, which has the canards, the tow hook, giant front splitter there. Definitely works with the build of this car, or especially with the livery. We got rear diffuser and race diffuser. Definitely do the race diffuser there. Engine max out. Okay, exhaust. So you have the stock titanium. Oh no, stock exhaust, but then you have the titanium, which is literally just the stock exhaust, but with a titanium look on it. Okay, we'll do that. Fenders, you got the race wing vents. This is a pretty cool option. I think it definitely works with this car, so we'll do that. Hood, you have the carbon hood, which to me, I don't know, I think you definitely need the livery on there, so I wouldn't put a carbon hood on it personally. You got the race vented and the race carbon. We'll definitely do the race vented one right here with the primary kind of look and colors and everything. Lights, I think we'll stick with the standard lights. We won't do the xenons for this, skip that. Just this particular race build. Plate, we'll do the black background. I don't think I have a good, well, I have an Aston plate, I think. Let me see. Somewhere out there. Where? Oh, there it is. I passed it. There it is. All right. Respray. So this car comes in this kind of cool metallic orange. All right, let's do metallic. I'm gonna go for like a nice British racing green sort of look here. So we'll go here too. I think we'll do a dark green. I think that looks fantastic there. Can't change the pearlescent, unfortunately. Just is what it is. Secondary color is going to be So when you put the roll cage option on, that's your secondary color. And I believe that's it. So there's no other secondary. And the primary, the stitching is linked to your primary color of this car. You can see it's kind of green there, sorta. Not really. I mean, it's a really dark green, really hard to see. But yeah, I don't know what color we should paint our roll cage. I mean, I think just black or red. I think yellow would look too obnoxious. Or maybe just match it green. Let's just go to the roll cage first. I guess we'll come back to that. Oh, speaking of the roll cage, here it is. So you got roll cage option. Right now it's orange. Then you have the race roll cage, which gives you, I believe those are fuel fillers there on the sides of the quarter windows. And then it also gives you a roof scoop, which is really cool. Love that. Sick. Yeah, definitely do that race spec option there. Is that anything back here? No, it's just there. Okay. So roof scoop and all that. And let's go back here. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna go with a black. There's still my crew black on there. Yeah, we'll do the black so it blends in. We can look at how the yellow looks, but I don't think it's gonna look right because we do have yellow on the livery, but more of like a race yellow. That looks weird. I don't know. It's too especially in here. It looks like some like construction for a building or something. No, we'll see. We'll leave it in black. We'll leave it in black. All right. Skirts. We got the carbon. No, this is the carbon. I thought the first one was carbon. I don't know. Okay, so it's normal, a side skirt. Oh, there's the carbon variant. Okay. Race side skirt, and then the race carbon. Honestly, if you ask me, I think the other side skirt looks more like a race option with the fin than the other one does. So, yeah, I guess we'll do this normal side skirt here. Even though, wait a minute, the front splitter is carbon. It's not primary color. So, actually, I'm going to go with a carbon side skirt. Because our front splitters, I want that to match. So we'll do carbon side skirt. Okay. Rear spoiler. So you have a low-level spoiler. You can see it puts the Dewbauchee letters on there. You got the carbon, and you got the race wing with the Dewbauchee lettering, and then the giant GT wing, which I think it's... I like the design of this wing, especially with all the Dewbauchee logos and stuff on it. But I think it's just too tall. I don't know. Like when a wing is literally approaching like higher than the roof of the car, I think it's just a little overkill. And then this one's really wide. This is wider than this one. Weird. Really weird spoiler options. But obviously with this build, I think we do need a giant wing. But honestly, I think the race wing is the move. I think this is just too high for my taste. If it would have been like a little lower, I think it would have been perfect. But we'll do this one. Transmission, race transmission, turbo, wheels. So I actually do like the stock wheels of this car a lot because they're essentially, we go to the high-end category, they're the Cheetah RR wheels, but the main difference here is the center caps. So if you focus on the center caps of these wheels, and I go back one, boom, you can see the center caps of these wheels are actually primary color to the car. They're a bit more like flat, less rounded. Texture quality is a lot better. And then you have silver on the edge of the wheel. So it's kind of interesting there. Now, if you want to go for something, because for some reason I would have sworn that silver used to match the secondary color of the car, the primary color, but I guess they changed that in one of the updates. I can't remember. I mean, this car came out in 2014. It's been, well, like 9 years. I kind of forgot. I mean, I haven't customized it in forever, but I would have sworn that changed, but I guess it doesn't now currently, so yeah. So if you want to do something a bit wild in terms of trim, you can maybe do the Cheetah Carbon RRs, and then you can change that lip in whatever color you want, but obviously you lose, the nice center caps from the stock one, which are now these big silver center caps, which looks so much better on the stock. It just is what it is. Plus, I think the stocks, oh yeah, the stocks are wider too. Look at that. They stick out more. Ooh, now that I noticed that, yeah, the fitment is so much, oh, I'm going to keep the stocks. Nope, I'm keeping the stocks. The fitment is so much better. All right, we'll keep those. Obviously, you can't change wheel color there, so because it's stock. See, all right. Windows. We'll do no tints since it is a race car build. And that's all the options there. All right. Exit to ground. Take it for a little drive here. I would have loved to maybe change that silver in the wheel to like a yellow. That would have been so sick. Here she is. Wow, super nice. I would have liked maybe a little bit brighter of a pearl, but the interior, pretty nice. And those, they just go through the seats, the tubing there. Okay, this is right through the seat. Okay, not bad. All right, floored here. It's been so long since I've driven this car. Because, I mean, I don't really use it in races and stuff anymore. It's more of like, just something I have sitting in my garage. Because brakes. Man, this brings back so many memories. I used to race this car a lot. I was like in this racing crew, and man, the good old days back in 2015. Used to be one of the fastest cars in the class. It was more race dependent. You'd have the Feltzer that was better in some races, the Massacro that was better in some races, the Jester that was better in others, the Elegy. It just was really like track dependent. I really liked that about the sports class back then. It was pretty well balanced, and there was a pretty large variety to choose from. You actually had to own multiple cars if you wanted to be, you know, super competitive in racing. Whereas these days, you only need maybe like one main car or maybe a second one, but definitely not 3 or 4. You know, if you want to have the quote-unquote best car for racing in each class. First person here. Yeah, I mean, this car, it still feels insanely fast. I mean, for being from 2014, and this car is very easy one to drive. There's a lot of understeer. Oh, it's like that corner a little bit too hot. I would have sworn the brakes were better. Especially the bite point of the brakes on the initial hit, but take a corner here. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, this thing used to be so much fun to race with back in the day. Mid-drive it there out of the corner. Still a lot of fun, but something I want to discuss, I'm going to park it here and we'll open all the doors and stuff, but something I really want to stress here for this car, because, so the Jester race car, you know, there was a pretty significant difference when you were comparing the actual performance to the regular one, right? But for the Massacro, like I talked about earlier, the difference is not much. It's very, very, very slightly better handling, which top racers do notice, obviously, but it's just so minor that it's just not worth, you know, spending the extra 110 grand on this car unless you like the livery or the special stock wheels. But I mean, if let's say you don't like the livery, you're better off just getting the regular one, saving your money, and you know, they basically perform the same. So you don't have to force yourself to buy this one just because it's faster than the other one and you don't like the livery, for example. Whereas that was the case with the Jester race car. You know, if you wanted that better speed and performance that was better, you actually had to, you know, get that livery even if you didn't like it. So I mean, this was like the early days of GTA Online where cars didn't really have liveries. Rockstar added in separate cars to add liveries to them with the Jester race car and the Massacro race car, and then later on the Redwood Gauntlet and the Pisswater Dominator and all that. But alright, we'll open all the doors and stuff here. So here's the engine model. It's like an inline 4. Okay. Interesting, with terrible texture quality, but as to be expected from 2014. The interior, which Rockstar used in a ton of cars, mainly sports cars back in the day, and the Adder had the same interior. Here's the trunk. Texture quality is actually not too bad back here. I'm quite surprised. I mean, yeah, not too bad of a car. I mean, especially for the money. But I would say the bargain is actually on the regular Massacro. That car, I think it's what, 275,000, something like that. I think, yeah, 275,000. I think that's a much better deal. You know, to have a good bang for the buck sports car in the game. That's very quick. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and remember to let me know down below in the comments what vehicle from late 2015 or do you want me to see me customize next that I haven't done yet. Again, the list will be down below in the comments of the cars I haven't done yet. Thanks for watching, guys, again, and I'll see you in the next one.